What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video and welcome to my channel. My name is Matt, and today I want to talk to you about the Whoop Strap 3.0. I thought I'd share kind of a short-term review. I've seen a lot of reviews out there for a long period of time. But for those of you who are deciding to get one, is it worth it? Yes, no, I'm hoping to answer some of those questions in a condensed amount of time, give you guys a little bit of a review of how my experience has been with it and if I'm going to continue using it and would I recommend it to someone else, especially if you're into fitness, any kind of training, or you're kind of looking at potentially your first fitness tracker. Is this the way to go? So we'll get right into it. We'll start off with the design. So when you order a Whoop band, you get something like this shipped to you, and it will come with the strap itself. It'll come with a charger, a charge cable, and then in my case, I actually ordered myself an additional strap. The reason being is you're subject to paying a shipping fee if you have to go buy more straps, so I would suggest buying multiple straps at once or any other accessories that you might want to get. But design-wise, it's a sleek, slender design. Like, it's very nice, it's very comfortable. I honestly, at this point, don't even notice it anymore. It's like it's merged with my body. It's comfortable while I'm training. Anytime I'm in the gym, I honestly don't even notice it. The only thing that I really do to interact with it is I'll occasionally tighten the straps, and it's very simple. It just comes like right off. It's not that hard, so it comes right off just like that. There's the strap, comes in through the loop there, and then you just throw it right on. Very easy to change too. Like when I want to use the second strap, it's a matter of seconds switching between the two. So the design is very innovative in the sense that it's easy to use and it's very nice and sleek and doesn't get in the way. And there's multiple strap options as well in terms of color. I got a dark one and then I got this white and gray one, just so when I'm going out and wearing different outfits, it doesn't clash. A little bit of a fashionista, I guess, but I wanted to have another option, so it's something a little bit different. There's other straps that you can purchase as well on the website. If you go on their website, you can get bicep sleeves. If you prefer to have that, you can get impact sleeves, which is fantastic if you do jiu-jitsu or martial arts. So when I do jiu-jitsu, I would purchase an impact sleeve and wear the impact sleeve, so that way it's just nice and tight and there's no moving or anything, because this kind of moves all over the place. Even sometimes when I'm running in a long sleeve shirt, if it's not tight enough, I find it does move a little bit. One of the things that is missing, however, is the on-screen display. So if you get a Fitbit or a Samsung Watch, an Apple Watch, you'll always have the benefit of seeing the time and kind of just having an idea of what's going on by looking at it. But the good thing is everything is done through the app and you don't have to worry too much about it. I honestly didn't even notice. That was one of the things when I was looking at it. I was like, nah, I kind of wanted it to have an on-screen display, but it didn't, and I honestly don't think it made that big of a difference. So design-wise, I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's sleek, and it's very, very comfortable, and I have no problems with the design. Moving on to the features. So speaking of the app, everything that you do is controlled through the app. The way that Whoop works and the whole concept behind it is it measures your strain throughout the day, your cardiovascular strain, and it measures your recovery when you sleep and kind of your heart rate variability, your heart rate, even your respiratory rate, and takes all these factors and it kind of teaches you to create this balancing act where if on a day where you have higher recovery, you want to achieve a higher strain. The way the strain score is allocated, it's once again based on the cardiovascular load on your body. There's a sensor, you guys can see right there, a sensor at the bottom that shoots through into your bloodstream and measures your resting heart rate, nothing new there, and measures your beats per minute and all that stuff, similar to what you would see in an Apple Watch or a Fitbit. However, it takes all these factors, puts them together, and says, okay, hey, last night you slept 7 hours, you've had this, and maybe you weren't as rested as you wanted to be, so I recommend you achieve a strain score of 12 today. And the strain is based from 0 to 21, and it grows exponentially. So if I start my day at 0 strain, if I just do my regular day, don't train or do anything, I'll probably end up with about 6 or 7 strain throughout the day, doing my regular daily activities. It'll also give me my calories for the day, which I think is really cool, because then I can easily kind of work with my FitnessPal and keep myself in a surplus, a deficit, or maintenance level, depending on what my fitness goals are. There are weekly and monthly reports as well. So the weekly and monthly reports, they're basically given to you at the end of the week. You kind of see how you did in terms of your sleep performance. It'll make recommendations that'll say stuff like, hey, you weren't sleeping as consistently, to kind of align your circadian rhythm, try to go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time, and this will improve your recovery. Same with the monthly report. The monthly report goes into a much more in-depth report. It looks okay on the app. That's one of the things I didn't like about it. The monthly report's kind of condensed on the app. There's so much information. So I recommend going on the website, and you can access their online portal and check your weekly or monthly reports to get a much more detailed look at kind of what your body is going through. I found that I would consistently be excited to see my recovery in the morning and kind of see what my body was primed to do. And like I said, with the strain, it's kind of exponential. So going from 0 to 10 isn't too hard. 10 to 12 gets a little bit harder, 12 to 15. And as you get higher and higher, it's less and less of a growth. So the max strain is 21. And I think on the app itself, if you aim for a 21 strain, it tells you good luck because you got to keep your heart rate up for an entire 24 hours at a max heart rate. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think anyone's done that. Although I have seen some pretty crazy high strain scores. I think me personally, my highest day was 17. And that was when I trained twice. I had a busy day. I think I did some manual labor that day as well. So it was really cool to see how high I can really push myself. And I burned almost 3,000 calories, a little over 3,000 calories that day in combination with my basal metabolic rate. Some other cool features that you have, a very social aspect of it, you can join groups. So in these groups, for example, I'm part of a group with a couple of my friends, some of my coaches as well, but you can also join national groups, like I'm in the Canadian group, I'm in the CrossFit group, I'm in the weightlifting group, and you can kind of see and compare how you fare that day against everybody else. So it kind of adds a little bit of competitiveness. I'm really proud on some mornings when I get up really early, kill a cardio workout, and I'm at like 12 strain by 7 a.m. and I look in the Canada group and I'm like third in Canada. It doesn't last very long. It usually within minutes I'm replaced to the low thousands, but it's a really cool way to kind of push you and motivate you, and especially if you're in groups with friends. I found there were some cool scenarios where I would see my friends' recovery weight. You can see like their strain and the recovery the next day would be like 7%, and I messaged my friend, be like, you went out drinking last night, didn't you? Because of course alcohol just demolishes your recovery. And that's another cool feature with Whoop. Every time you wake up, it asks you a bunch of questions to add to your journal. You can customize these questions, and these questions basically will be added to the monthly report. So I have stuff like, did I have magnesium at night? Did I have any caffeine before bed? Did I eat before bed? Alcohol? Did you sleep in the same bed? Did you sleep somewhere else? So many in-depth questions. I think it's like 50 or 60 questions. You can kind of nitpick the ones that are more for your routine. And then at the end of the report, it says, hey, every time you had zinc or magnesium, for example, you went into deep sleep 17% longer. So it kind of tells you what habits that you're doing on a daily basis that are contributing to a better recovery or that are making your recovery worse. And I thought this was awesome because then I was able to tailor my daily routine to actually enhance my recovery. So that's really, really cool feature. It's integrated with Strava, which is really, really good. So if you use Strava, you're able to kind of integrate the two, keep track of everything. And then Strava, I integrate with MyFitnessPal, so that way they're all kind of working together. There's no direct integration yet with Whoop and MyFitnessPal or Whoop and like Samsung Health or Apple Health, but I'm sure it'll come in time. And the last cool feature is there's actually a camera app as well on the phone, or on your app, where in the middle of a workout or something, you can kind of take a picture and have a big strain thing and say, hey, this is what I'm doing today, it's awesome. You can share it to your group, share it to your social media. So I think it's a very innovative way to kind of get you involved, and you're not on your own. I've never felt like I was doing this thing by myself. It was always cool to wake up and see what my buddies were up to, how they were doing. There was a constant, we would text each other, I'm killing you in strain today, or like my buddy would send me a snap of him at 17 strain and I'm at 14. I'm like, damn, I gotta step up my game and work harder, and then I'd go for a run. So it has encouraged me to do a lot more, I guess, activity, and especially cardio. I'm more into bodybuilding and powerlifting, so I don't really do cardio, and I did recently do a 30-day cardio challenge, which was entirely inspired by the Whoop band, so I'm appreciative of that, and I have obviously improved my cardiovascular fitness. So that's it for the features. Let's talk about battery. Battery life is pretty decent. Lasts about 5 days on a full charge. The really cool thing about Whoop is they've got this innovative charger. You kind of just plug in the USB, I think the mini USB here, and then this just goes into any USB charger. It takes about 90 minutes for a full charge, and then you just slide it Right on. That's it. Perfect. It's like it's not even there. Just keep in mind the Whoop strap is waterproof. The charger is not. And if you lose this charger, you are screwed because there's no other way to charge the Whoop strap. And I think that is the one downside. You are limited to using this charger. So I recommend maybe getting two. I should have gotten it. I'll probably get another one during my second order with them. But that's pretty much it. The charger is pretty innovative, lasts a long time. Because there's no on-screen display, it lasts forever. One thing, I kind of should have said this earlier, the Bluetooth is on 24/7. There is no way to turn it off. So if you're not too keen on having Bluetooth emitting and radiating to your face and your body for months and months on end, this may not be the product for you, especially if you sleep with it. I sleep on my side. I've got this thing right by my face, shooting Bluetooth rays into my brain, but it's probably already fried anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that. Let's move on to price. So the price model for the Whoop Band is very interesting. They do a monthly subscription model. So they do $30 USD per month with a commitment of 6 months. So there are no upfront payment options, which kind of sucks. I would have preferred myself to pay for it one time, have it forever, versus continuously paying it 6 months down the line, $180 USD, whatever. But if I use this for 2 or 3 years, I'm paying well into the thousands at some point, right? For a service that I already feel like I've already paid for. So that is a bit of a downside, but some people do prefer the prescription model or subscription model. You just pay the $30 a month, you get the band included, and if you don't buy any accessories, you are literally only paying $30 a month. I spent about $120 the first time because I did buy an additional strap and some other things, just so I didn't have to pay the shipping again. And that's another kind of downside. If you need a new battery pack, or you say, hey, I want the impact sleeve, and you go and reorder, you have to pay shipping every single time. So I recommend purchasing everything up front the first time, maybe buy a few straps because they recommend you switch them every 6 months. To be honest, the black one's great because I don't notice anything. The gray one, it did start to fade a little bit, and my white clasp is starting to look like an eggshell white, so it's not really white anymore. But that's pretty much for the pricing. We'll finish it off with the verdict. Do I recommend it? Yeah, I mean, if you're a fairly serious athlete or someone who takes biohacking, wants to take their biohacking to the next level, you really want to know what's going on inside your body, I would recommend it. I personally didn't realize how much I would be using this information. I am obsessively checking my strain and recovery. And one thing I forgot to mention in the features is that you do have a strain and sleep coach where they actually recommend how much sleep and how much strain based on either the recovery or the strain you should be having. So for example, if I want to say perform tomorrow, like hit a PR or maybe just do my best time on a run, I can select perform under the sleep coach and I'll say, hey, to perform you need 9.5 hours sleep, go to bed at this time, if you want to wake up at this time, and it kind of guides you to have the optimal recovery for that day. Likewise with the strain, if you have a 40% strain, it'll say, hey, I recommend you get a strain of 10.1 today, so you're balanced. Anything over 15 would be overreaching. So I think that's a really cool feature that I forgot to mention in the features section. But verdict-wise, I do recommend it. Like I said, if you're an athlete, if you're someone who's more casual, or even someone like me who didn't realize I liked cardio until I had a Whoop Band, is if you're more like a bodybuilder or a weightlifter, you're not going to see too much out of this. I find when I do weight training days, my strain is like 5 or 6, maybe 7 on like a volume leg day. And that's because my cardio doesn't really get that high. My heart doesn't work that hard. There's no way right now with the Whoop strap to measure muscular strain. It's strictly cardiovascular. So you're not going to see much out of it if you're just doing strength training and powerlifting or whatever it may be. But if you're doing anything cardio intensive, 100%, it's fantastic. I strongly recommend it. I wish there was a paid in full option. You're kind of stuck on the monthly. And I mean, a screen would be nice. It's not a big deal, but it'd be cool to kind of just see even just like a little circle with a strain score saying, hey, you're at this strain so far. Instead of taking my phone, have my app. They have to be always within Bluetooth range. So anytime I go for a run, I can't just go with this. I have to bring my phone with me. Anytime I do anything, my phone has to be near me. And I've had situations when I was doing my 30-day challenge video, in the middle of a run that I was trying to get all my stats for, my phone died, then I had to run inside, charge my phone, take a 10-minute rest, and then go back out and finish my run. So that is a bit of a disadvantage. I think the data kind of syncs up, like this will keep tracking it, and the data will kind of catch up later. But I mean, it would be cool if it was just stored on the device itself and you can see it. But overall, a great choice. I'm gonna keep using it. I'm 3 months in. I still have 3 months at least because of my 6-month subscription. but I think it's fantastic, and I honestly really like it, and I think that because of this, I will be doing a lot more cardio, so hell, probably makes me a little bit healthier in that sense, guys. So thanks for tuning in. That's my Whoop review. I give it a solid like 8 out of 10 if I had to numerically put it somewhere. I recommend it. I think it's great. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. You can comment, like, or subscribe. I'll be doing more content like this, reviewing several other fitness kind of items over the next couple months, as well as doing 30-day challenges. I'm currently in the middle of a 30-day intermittent fasting challenge, so it's almost time for my third meal of the day within that 8-hour window. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I will catch you later.